Yo, what up? Like and subscribe. I want to talk about Shanquella Robinson. There are pictures floating around about Shanquella Robinson's killers. The two females who beat and murdered her. What I'm noticing is that it's a lot of women online that have a problem with the fact that these were two women that did this. And they can't stand that the sisterhood has been broken. And you have some that are still staying on code. And instead of saying that it was two women, they're saying that it was a man in drag. They said it's a transgender person who did this. And, that it's a man, basically. So black men, once again, are being thrown up under the bus instead of taking accountability. I don't know what it is about, some of these women who just won't take accountability. And they can't stand the fact that it wasn't a black man that did this, who murdered Shanquella and beat her and messed her up to where she died 15 minutes after her injuries, but she was in pain that whole time. A broke neck, y'all. A severed spine, y'all. That's painful. And you got two stank ass bitches who are out hiding right now. Supposedly one of them, is the one that beat her, is talking about she wants to tell her side of the story, but she wants to get paid to do it. Now, I don't know if that's fake or not. You know what I'm saying? But suppose this is the kind of bullshit that's floating around online right now. But you have something online, a picture online with her being a male. And that's some false ass bullshit. Instead of taking accountability, you just want to just blame it on the black man. Blame it on the man. No, y'all need to take this one. It was someone who looked just like you, sis, that murdered Shanquella Robinson. And I know that y'all got this sisterhood bond thing going on, and black women could never do that. Yeah, black women do shit like that. Black women murder their children and beat them senselessly. Yeah, shit like that. And it's happening more and more now because of the environment that we're in. But this is some bullshit to me, how they can make this person a transgender because they just don't want to accept that it was a black woman these were black women who murdered Shanquella Robinson the way that they did. They want to blame it on the camera guy. It's all of their fault. And instead of blaming these two women, they say it was everybody's fault. Everybody should go to jail, which I agree. I agree everybody should go to jail. Everybody that was there and played a part in it and was egging Shanquella on to fight these terrorists, because she was viciously attacked. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about the fact that Shanquella was viciously attacked. But now, instead of just taking accountability, it's pictures. And these pictures were not just made by women. They were made by men too, who's on this kick of destroying black men's character. But see, the problem is, you're so quick to always want to throw a man under the bus. You're so quick to want to throw gay people under the bus when it suits you to throw them under the bus. You don't realize how dangerous that is for transgender people who now they're going to be stigmatized off some Photoshop fucking picture. But we can all see that it's Photoshop. Anybody with common sense can see that it's Photoshop. But everybody was quick to try to run with it, though. Black women in particular was quick to try to run with that. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous because now you're painting a narrative that now transgender are dangerous, but this is the narrative that you're painting instead of you just saying. We all saw the video. We all saw it. It was a black woman who beat Shanquella the way that she did and killed her. We saw it. So it wasn't a man that did it. It wasn't a black man that did it. It wasn't. It was a black female. Now, I know that hurt to hear that. And you just don't want anybody to say no shit like that. See, a lot of y'all are worse than white supremacists. I swear. A lot of you black females are just worse than white supremacists. You get upset when someone calls your ass out on the bullshit that you do, but you want to call everybody else out. But when you are held to the fire as a group, now it's an issue. No, it's everybody's fault. You can't blame the black woman. So it's everybody's fault. Everybody. And it's like, no, we saw the video. They viciously attacked Shanquella Robinson. They did it. Now, whether their intent was to just murder her and kill her like that, I don't know. But they robbed her. They took her money. And they left her there. They got the fuck out of there. They left her in Mexico. Family don't know nothing. And whenever I listen to the father, it's just disheartening to me. It hurts to hear in his voice that he'll never be able to have grandchildren. He'll never be able to, hear his daughter say grandma, or to say daddy, or, all these things that parents like to hear their children say to them, and the things that they want. He wanted to be able to walk his daughter down the aisle, when she get married, and have his first grandbaby. That was robbed from him. That was taken from him. And these people sat there and ate tacos with the family, lying to them, talking about how she died of alcohol poisoning. Now, there was males that were just as guilty. They were there videotaping, and there was another female that was holding the camera videotaping too, because they were different people videotaping. And what we're getting, we can see that someone else was videotaping. So and it was a female that was doing it. They all set her up. They set this girl up. She was naked. She didn't want to fight this girl, this wild ass beast. She didn't want to fight her. But you beat the fuck out of her and then leave her for dead in Mexico. And y'all take off and then go visit the family. Some of them, and say, oh yeah, she died of alcohol poisoning, and we love y'all. And then there even are some online things that some of these people left talking about, oh, why it had to be you. We were ride or die. Oh, you my bestie, and all this bullshit. With friends like that, who needs enemies, y'all? That's why you got to you got to look at everybody sideways at this point. You really do. The people that got your back, you need to just stick with them. The ones that have always had your back, and that's including family. If they have your back, they have your back. But the snakes, you know who they are. You know who they are. Because God gave you that little voice on the inside to be able to make a decision, to be able to say, okay, you know what, this person, I'm going to listen to this voice and say, okay, I can't trust this person. And you stay away from them. You don't have to explain to them why you stand away from them. You don't have to explain to other people why you stand away from them. If you just don't feel right being around that person, then you shouldn't be around that person. There's a reason why you shouldn't be around that person. But you should listen to it. But Shanquella over here paying for everybody, and and all this jealousy and hatred that's going around, surrounded by one female, one individual. Y'all get her out of her comfort zone just to viciously attack her. That's crazy. That's crazy. So which leads me to believe, that y'all were really hating on her because she was very talented. She was making money. She was business oriented. She was a business owner. She was an entrepreneur. She was doing the damn thing. She had covered the hair market for children, older women. She had it going on. So I can see where the hatred can just really stem and just really start stirring up, But it should never get to this point. And when you see that people are really around you that's like that, there's no trips you're going to be taking with these people. You're not going to pay your way or pay to have them to take a trip for someone's birthday. You can't do that. You can't do those things. If they treating you a certain kind of way, they're going to continue to treat you that way. You can't buy your way into making them feel a certain way about you. You need to stay the fuck away from them. Period and point blank. Because it's a shame that Shanquella lost her life the way that she did over some jealousy. She wasn't out doing no dumb shit. She was working. She wanted to take a trip and have some fun. She paid for her quote unquote best friend's birthday party and a few other people. And they all were plotting and planning on how they were going to viciously attack her. That's what they did. So we have to be careful who we call friends. And I tell you a quick story. You have to be careful with family too, because I have an aunt who has always hated me. Always hated me. She had a birthday party one time. And, I went to celebrate, it was her birthday party. My mother, we both went. And I just said, happy birthday. This is your birthday. Happy birthday and many more. And she took one look at me and said, I hate you. And I could not understand why that stupid bitch would say some shit like that to me. There was no reason for her to just come out that I could think of, other than just growing up. She would always say little things like, about me and my brother, like, oh, he's my favorite nephew, referring to my brother, and she would say things like that to me. But I had a father. But my brother had a father too, because my father was his father, But she had resentment towards me. She had resentment towards my mother, who was married and, and she was just a stank ass hoe making a bunch of babies, some crackheaded bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's a lot better now, and she's reaping the benefits of her children because her children are good. They're doing well for themselves. And, she has her grandchildren. She's, and she's fine now. But the hatred is still there and it's still real. I would never go on a trip with that stupid motherfucker. Never. I don't know what she might have planned or what I might have planned. Because I ain't going to just sit there and get viciously attacked by no goddamn body. I'm going to fight to the goddamn death. All of them would have had to jump on me. All of them. We would have fought to the damn death, period and point blank. It wouldn't have been no, I don't want to fight. No, initially I don't want to fight, but I see now I have to. And if I got to start taking some motherfuckers out, then that's what it is. That's what it is. But I would never go to anywhere with my so-called aunt, because I know how she feels about me, and she's made it very clear. And her children know I would never go anywhere with them either, because they know how their mother is and they protect her. So no, you have to know your circle. You have to know who has your back and who doesn't have your back. And if you feel like they don't have your back, stay the fuck away from them, because there's no reason why Shanquella should be dead. Her life was taken from her. You can't tell me that this was God's will and all that. I mean, all of that sounds good and all that, but the reality is her life was taken from her early at 25 over some jealousy type bullshit. They couldn't have killed her like that over in their hometown. They wouldn't have been able to get away with no shit like that. They took her out of her comfort zone. You got to be careful. Can't be just up and telling people, hey, I'm gonna go and take a trip and I'm gonna go over there, especially when you go into another country and shit like that. No, and even when, I want to travel, and if I decide that, I want to go to another country, I would never tell people like that I don't really know that I'm going to that country, especially if it's their country that they come from. I'm not going to tell them I'm going to their country. I might tell them after I come back, oh yeah, I've been to your country. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But I would never do that because I just don't trust that. They might try to set some shit up. Like I work with this person, but now they're in my neck of the woods. They might set me to get robbed or some shit. Ain't no way in the hell. Fuck you. No way. You know, but I just want to just say to Shanquella Robinson's family, to the father, to her father, and to her mother. I know within time it's going to get easier. I know you'll never forget this situation. And I'm so sorry that this happened to you. And to the killers, to you two raggedy bitches, and to all of you, you men included that are a bunch of weak ass bitches, your days are numbered. You will be caught for what you did. You will not escape the judgment that is coming for you because you had no right. You beat up and viciously attacked someone who didn't want to fight you. She didn't want to fight you. And you just started wailing on her and beating her up, and then you robbed her and took money from her and left her there for dead. While your ass took her money and went back home. And then told the family and lied to the family and ate tacos with the family. You will get caught. You're gonna suffer for what you did. Period and point blank. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, Shanquella Robertson. You rest in peace, baby girl. You rest with our ancestors. No, you didn't deserve this. No, you didn't. I'll see you all on the next video. Peace out.